Hi guys, this is Sean. Welcome to the WapCar Plus YouTube channel. This is the upcoming Honda WRV, Honda's smallest SUV yet. And Honda Malaysia has kindly invited the media to a test drive in Thailand, which is where we are here, in Pattaya. And yeah, let's take a walk around. Yeah, I gotta say it looks quite handsome. Yeah, in terms of size, it's very close to the Ativa. Wheelbase is slightly shorter than the Ativa actually, at 2,480 millimeters. This is 4,060 millimeters long, and yeah, it looks quite good actually. You get this almost C-pillar mounted door handles like the HRV. 17-inch wheels running on 215/55 profile tires, and over to the rear, yeah, as you can see, we have 5 units here. This grey that is called the Stellar Diamond Pearl color, which is a little bit like white, but it's not quite like white. It's a bit silverish. But yeah, back to this. Yeah, this is the only one with two-tone, and yeah, it's quite a good-looking car, I must say. For the boot space, this is 300 liters of boot space, and it's, yeah, quite deep. You also get a full-size spare wheel. Yeah, so if you're comparing this to the Ativa has a 2-level sort of boot floor. So the higher one, it's flat with the load lip, but this one, yeah, there's a bit of a load lip to carry over. And the seats, yeah, they don't fold flat. Yeah, there's a bit of a wedge here. But yeah, and one thing is it has no tonneau cover. So yeah, if there's no tint on the rear window, you can peek inside of what's inside here. Yeah. Also, without the tonneau cover, yeah, you do hear some road noise reverberating more in the cabin. Yeah, let's move on inside the rear seat. Alright, let's put the seat back up. So, inside, it's, yeah, first impression, definitely more spacious than the Ativa. Yeah, Honda's packaging, you know, they're masters at it. So you can feel it is a bigger cabin inside, and foot space is fantastic as well. Whereas in Ativa, the rails, the mounting points are quite large. So myself, with a size 11 shoe, yeah, no problems. You can fit your feet underneath the front seats. Plenty of space to move around. Oh, there is also a center armrest, which you don't get in Ativa. Yeah. Okay, so the interior is from the BRV, and I gotta say, first impressions, this looks and feels, yeah, feels like a step down from the Honda City, where, you know, some variants there's the two-tone soft touch, but this, yeah, this helps a bit, but you can tell from this section here, the texture, the look, yeah, especially if you go down here, yeah. So in terms of quality, even compared to the Ativa, I don't think this feels like an upgrade from the Ativa. Overall, this car feels familiar. You know, the controls here looks like the one from the Honda City. The steering is reminiscent of the previous gen Honda Civic, the FC. And just like the Ativa, there is no telescopic adjustment. There is tilt, no telescopic, so tall individuals will find that the driving position has been compromised. But then again, yeah, the Ativa doesn't have it as well. Other than that, yeah, this is a almost back to basics sort of car. Everything is straightforward. There's nothing gimmicky. Cup holders here. The center storage is relatively deep. Yeah, the glove box of a decent size. Yeah, the audio system is pretty decent for its, you know, in comparison to its price range, its segment. We have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wired, so that's good. And no, there's no digital instrument cluster. But this, I gotta say, it looks good. Everything is clear. It's straightforward to use. Driving in town, it's easy as it gets. Steering is light. Throttle response is linear. Not quite as sharp as the Ativa. This has a more matured, shall I say, the overused word, linear response. The brakes are easy to modulate, not overly sensitive, so you can brake smoothly. Okay, let's try some acceleration from 50. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. Yeah, this car is quick, easy. So this powertrain, she's shared with the City, and you know, the City hatchback. It's pretty decent. It's pretty strong. It's tuned differently, so the CVT has a slightly shorter ratio, which is supposedly to compensate for the SUV nature of this car. So at 110 it revs at about 2,300 RPM, whereas in the city it's a little bit lower, closer to 2,000. Yeah, but overall it still feels quite relaxed at 110. But as you can hear from this, you can hear quite a bit of tire roll, and yeah, it's to be expected for a car of this segment. Wind noise is apparent. You can hear some buffeting from the side, but powertrain for the engine noise is quite muted at the cruise. Okay. In terms of ride quality, over these longer, larger undulations, the primary ride is quite well controlled, and I would say it's a little more controlled than the Ativa, which can get a bit, maybe bouncy is not the right word. You can feel some oscillations after those undulations, whereas this is slightly more controlled. But the downside is over sudden impacts, really broken surfaces, you do feel a bit more of those compared to the Ativa. Other than that, in terms of handling, well, we haven't had a lot of chance to explore the handling capabilities. Mostly it was highway driving like this, but based on those off ramps, it handles tidily, and you can feel the short wheelbase, the agility it gives. And steering feels a little more natural than the Ativa, where those who are familiar, where the steering wheel has a little weak self-centering ability, where if you point it there, point it at slightly the off-center feeling, it will stay in its position, whereas this will return to center a little more naturally. So on these rougher sections of the road, yeah, it is quite apparent, the tire noise, especially when you consider, if you saw earlier, that there's no tonneau cover at the rear that sort of reverberates around the cabin. And to my memory, the Ativa might be a little quieter, but we'll have to wait until it's launched back in Malaysia so we can test it with our decibel meter just to confirm. Alright, let's take a last walk around the exterior. Yeah, it's a good looking car, though bear in mind these roof rails are just cosmetics. Yeah, great looking car. All that's left now is to wait for the price. Alright, that's it from me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.